All right, we got her back here at the warehouse. I'm gonna show you what this looks like. Look at this. My goodness. Good morning to you, everyone. It's Rusty, and folks, it's my birthday today, and so before I go sourcing, I'm stopping by my favorite place to get my favorite breakfast food. I call it the Rusty Special. It's Asiago bagel, bacon, 2 eggs, cheddar cheese, and it is just a delight. All right, back in the truck. Here she is. Oh man, I'm just gonna lay into this breakfast sandwich, give me some energies. And I know what you're saying. You're saying, Rusty, it's your birthday. Take a day off. Well, if you watched my last video talking about what it's like to have the life of a full-time reseller, you'll no doubt understand. Or if you're a small business owner, if you've started your own thing, you'll realize already that you just don't get days off. You know, if you're not working, you're not earning. And so, and it's fine. I like what I do, so I'm jumping out here. But I'll tell you what, I went into this place. I got this bagel sandwich that I love. And as I was in there, I go up and I tell him my order, and I said I would like, you know, Asiago bagel, bacon, egg, and cheese, 2 eggs, please. And he says, all right, here, take this up. And he goes, he goes, here's this. And he hands me this like laminated square of paper, and it just says 2 eggs on it. And he says, here's your 2 egg indicator. Take this up there. I thought, what? And so I walk up and I go, he goes, what you having? And I to pay, and I said, well, here's my 2 egg indicator. And he said, okay. And I go, are you having trouble with people ordering 2 eggs and not paying for 2 eggs? And he said, man, you wouldn't believe it. He said, people, even since we started doing this, we'll come out here and we'll find these little egg indicators just laying on the floor. They get them and then they just drop them on the floor. What's this world coming to, folks? If you're going to order 2 eggs, buy 2 eggs. Come on. All right, I'm back at the warehouse, grabbing a truck from the fleet, and I'm heading out to this thrift store, and we're going to see what we can find. Now, folks, when I stepped into this room, I had no idea what exactly was going to be in here. Let me show you a quick little montage, so to speak, of the stuff that we pulled out of this place. And then I'm going to show you some of the really good stuff that we've already sorted out. Folks, it's incredible what we came out of here with today. I'm going to show you kind of stuff laying around in this room of the warehouse here, first of all, and then I'm going to talk about it a little bit. We've got a bunch of these old vintage cigar boxes. And also, I mean, look at this thing. This is an old, it has like goblets and little crystal glasses and decanters and stuff in it. We have just gobs of jewelry. This is all military, random things, like medals and awards and stuff. All of this, folks, all of this costume jewelry. I mean, just, it keeps going, folks, keeps going. Down here we got a small collection of shot glasses, folks. Crates full of stuff like toys. As we come over here, it's just a variety of other odds and ends, collectibles. We're going to pass through a large section of vintage cameras and photography equipment. Other things here, we got vintage buttons, stuff in these boxes. I don't even know what's there. As I back around, we got other boxes stacked here. This all just came out of the U-Haul, folks. Haven't even looked in here. I've only seen maybe 2% of what's in this stuff here. As we keep running around, we got this. Swinging over to the other side of the room here, we've got other crates, boxes. It's just an incredible, the size of it is just massive of the type of stuff we came across. Right here, this is all costume jewelry. Folks, we weighed this already. You're looking at roughly 125 pounds, 125 lbs of costume jewelry that needs to be sorted. When I sat down I showed up to this thrift store and talked to the lady, and she said, "Oh yeah, come on in." We had made arrangements to come and take a look at some jewelry. I was in there just thrifting, and she came out. I met her. She was the manager of the store, and she said, "What are you looking for?" And I said, "You know, something, a treasure, essentially." But she's like, "Do you resell stuff?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am. I resell, antiques, collectibles, small things, and jewelry." She's like, "Oh, well, I've got jewelry. I got silver jewelry and antique jewelry. I got a lot of stuff I haven't even sorted yet." And I said, "Really? I'd love to look at it." And she said, "Well, come on." So we scheduled. We came out. I came out. She takes me back into this room and office, and you saw the pictures, folks, that on that montage, those first few pictures, that's what the room looked like. So she sits me down, and she's like, "Here's a bunch of jewelry to look at. I'll be right back." So for 5 minutes, I look through this stuff, and I see some good stuff already. I see a couple of gold pocket watches, some stuff, and I'm thinking, I'm looking at some of the prices already on it, and I'm thinking, I'm not going to be able to afford the stuff that she's asking for on here. When she comes in, and she goes, "Well, what do you think?" And I said, "Well, I mean, you got some great stuff here." And she's like, and I go, "Well, let me start with the big question." Now, this is a pro move here, folks. If I did anything right today, it's this, and also just being nice, talking and following up on meeting her when I said I would. But I say, "Let me ask you the big question." I said, "How much would it cost to buy everything in this room?" She goes, "The room? You want the whole room? You want to buy it?" And I was like, "Yeah, like, I don't want to live in here. I just want to take the contents out, you know." And she goes, "Oh, okay, well, I don't know." I was like, what kind of price would that be?" And she goes, "Well, 40, I'm like, 40,000. And she's like, "No, like $4,000. And I say, "You'd sell me everything in here for $4,000. And she said, "You don't want to do that." And I said, "Well, I think it might be worth it." And she goes, "Well, all right." And she sticks her hand out to shake my hand. I said, "All right, can I pay you half today and pick up a few things and then come back next week and pay the other half?" And she says, "Yes." And so I shook her hand, I made payment, and I took whatever I could fit in the truck that I was in. And that's how this started. And here we are now. The week later, I showed back up. As you saw from the video montage, I loaded a 10-foot U-Haul truck up and brought it here to the warehouse. That's how we got to where we are right now. And the last couple of days, we've started to unpack things. We've started to sort some of the jewelry. And let me talk about that a little bit. All of this jewelry here, folks, we have pulled out, sorted, and put back in. You can see that some of these have already been labeled, but those labels are not accurate to what's in here. But what you're looking at right here, folks, are really good quality brooches. Down below here in these boxes are sets, parures, basically like necklaces, bracelets, and or earrings or rings, like full sets together. We kept them together Down in here, actually that is bracelets. Those cuff bracelets, bangles, and bracelets. Down below in the next couple of ones, we've got, I think, some more of those. Actually, the one in the bracelets actually looks like earrings, as a matter of fact. So those are earrings, bracelets. And then you go on down further, and you've got more brooches, more earrings, and more necklaces down at the bottom. And some of those necklaces are individually bagged. It's incredible. Stuff like this, these two containers I'll show you right here, have been sorted once, meaning we pulled out stuff that was nicer quality and put it in here, but we've not separated out necklaces from bracelets, from push pins, from stuff like that. Same thing over here. If I pull this out, I mean, it's just so many nice things in here. These are a bunch of, like, you know, push pins. But we've got some very beautiful, cool things, like some old vintage hat pins. Look at this. This is a beautiful little Art Nouveau. Look at that right there. It's just gorgeous, folks. That's brass. So anyhow, we have a lot to sort through still. I mean, just hordes and hordes. It is going to take myself, Peaches, and maybe others from the warehouse crew, most likely months, to sort through all of this stuff. If I were to pull this out, for example, knocking shot glasses over, open this up, you're going to see that what we have in here is a variety of other couple of things. Oh, you little pesky rascal. Well, just open. Okay, here we go. So, on this side over here, we got some military related patches and things. Over here, a variety of military medals. I mean, look at that. Some of these are still in their cases. Some of them are sterling silver. And this was just, you know, this is kind of how we found it, folks, in here. Not really done anything to this. And then there's other random things in here. Matchbooks, boxes, a miniature painting. Down in here, look at all these medals. Look at all these. Goodness me. Other stuff down here, what do we got in that? There's another thing, like in these cases, there's medals and stuff. So military items, jewelry items. As you can see here, shot glasses. We've got quite a large, if I move this over and then show you up here, this is all watches. New old stock watches. They're still in their containers. Up here, container full of watches. Watches, and more watches. I've got hordes of pocket knives to go through. These watches, I don't even know, folks. I've got all these boxes I've not even gotten into yet. Who knows what treasures await us? But we've found some really good treasures. Let me show you this jewelry. Here is the table so far. Oh, look at this stuff. Now, right here got a nice example of difference between a regular, like newer shot glass and a pre-prohibition shot glass. So what we have here is Kenny Wallace, number 36. It's a NASCAR racer, some sort of a racer. You can see how thick that glass is. Now, we do have this like gold rim at the top there. You can see how the bottom of that. Now look at the difference here. You can see it from the top. Look how much thinner the glass is on this. It's also a little bit wider. And you're also going to notice a very more basic kind of advertisement statement here. This is handmade sour mash, copper distilled, P. Freeler's Century Club whiskey. You still got that gold rim there. Folks, you may or may not know, shot glasses, particularly ones from the pre-Prohibition era, pre-19, in the teens, back before the 20s, can sell for hundreds of dollars, believe it or not, one shot glass. So I was really excited to find that. Right here, we got a nice little case, leather case. You open up, and inside are these old vintage spectacles. Now, these are not gold, although a lot of times these older ones are gold-filled. Those are more of like a copper or a brass. But what we have here, folks, I've laid these out. We've got some of these jade or nephrite or similar stone carved pendants. This one looks incredibly old, folks. This old Buddha, this green. Now, all those holes, I don't think that's jade. I think that that's something else. The fact that it's got this rough, jade is very, very hard, folks. It's a very hard stone, but I'm not exactly sure what it is, but all of this, folks, all of this in here is all sterling silver. We got it right here on this table. We have at least 1,000 grams worth of various sterling silver, and 95% or more of it is wearable. It's just tarnished. It's just older. But we've got carved pieces of coral here. We have different types of stones, maybe some lapis in here, definitely some turquoise. We got some other semi-precious gemstones, as you can see, some turquoise again. Other pieces, and it's gorgeous. It's just absolutely beautiful, folks. Yeah, it's really nice. Then as we make our way up, this is a pile entirely of gold and gold-filled jewelry. We've got little lockets, we've got earrings, we've got pendants, we've got cufflinks, we've got little stick pins, hat pins, we've got just earrings, everything else. This right here is a 14-karat gold set of a bracelet, a necklace, and earrings that are pearl, gold, and onyx. If I shift myself over this way, we've got some various gold and gold-filled, old school, kind of carved up, etched bangle bracelets. We've got like money clips, tie pins. These are all just various tiny like earrings and little clasps and such that are solid gold. We've got solid gold necklaces here, and then the rings, folks. All of these various ones. This is like a 14-karat gold ring with onyx. This is an 18-karat gold ring with garnets. Here's another onyx diamond and gold ring. And then shoot, folks, the pocket watches. Gorgeous pocket watches. This one right here, let's see, not that one. This one right here. This is an 18-karat gold pocket watch. If I were to pop this sucker open gently, you'll see that it says from father and mother, March 16th, 1920. And the hallmark right here by my thumb says Roy 18K. 18 karat gold. This is about a $2,000 pocket watch, folks. As I roll over here, I'm just so excited, folks. 800 silver, so not 925 parts out of 1,000, but 800 out of 1,000. Over here, we've got other gold rings, gold with emeralds, white gold. We've got, this was an etched onyx. These are stunning, folks. These are cufflinks, 14 karat solid gold with alexandrite. And I mean, these are either 8 or 10 karat stones in here. Absolutely exquisite. Those are probably a $2,000 set of cufflinks, believe it or not. We've got more gold stick pins, very Victorian era stuff. We've got a ruby and diamond gold ring. We've got more gold rings. Just keeps going. We got these. All of these are all gold or gold-filled vintage ladies' watches. Some of them have diamonds in them. And then, folks, just up here is also incredible gold watches. This one right here, this Hamilton men's watch, is very valuable. Gold with diamonds. Again, over here, these are all gold. This one right here, Movado, 6 diamonds, 3 on top and 3 on the bottom. Solid 14 karat gold. This is also gold. That's a Gerard Perregaux. And then these are stunning, folks. Look at these. We've got Gerard Perregaux and we've got Hamilton ladies' watches, diamonds. This one right here has somewhere around 68 diamonds along the bezel and also on the watch band. More of these are gold sundials. We've got some Wittenauer over here, Gruen, and then this thing right here is also incredible. Beautiful 12 strand, very soft, pink color, kind of peach and pink color coral beaded necklace with a very large, heavy 18-karat gold clasp with a carved coral cameo on the front. This is probably a $2,000 to $3,000 necklace as well. And this is $4,000, folks. $4,000 bought me all of this and everything else that you're seeing up here and on the floor and behind me. I mean, just... we're speechless. Now, folks, I'm not showing you all this to brag, to boast, anything like that. This is the work that we do. And this is to tell you a couple of things. Number one, there are deals to be found out there. There are people who are trying to move stuff, people who have things that they don't know what they are, and everything in between. All kinds of reasons why stuff's out there. Most of the time, it's because people don't know what they have. And that's why it's important to educate yourself. Know the different marks on jewelry that tells what silver and gold are. Know the different styles. Know how to differentiate between fine jewelry and costume jewelry. Know how to differentiate between kind of, low quality cheap costume jewelry and nicer costume jewelry, because nice costume jewelry can also sell really well, in some cases better than certain fine jewelry. So definitely, if you haven't seen other videos of ours regarding jewelry, for example, please check those out. We go into a lot of detail, and we will do a lot more in the future, because now I've got so much product here that I need to sort through, and I'm going to bring you along for the journey with me. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to do videos coming up in the future specifically on brooches, specifically on bracelets, on necklaces, on earrings, on rings, on just gold, on just silver. We're going to really dive deep on push pins, on military items, on pocket knives, on watches. You name it, folks, we're going to get into it because we've got it here, and why not? It will help you as you're sourcing. Also, you might see something and think, well, I think old grandpappy or grandma left that to us. And, or maybe something's going to come to you and you're going to think that it's costume jewelry because it's in with a bunch of other obviously cheap stuff, but it might be very valuable, and you don't want to just pass that on. If that's a family heirloom, you want to know what it is and do what you need to do with it. So, anyhow, those are coming soon. The other thing I wanted to say is make sure that you are being kind to the people that you're out interacting with when you're sourcing at their stores. And always just ask things like, are there certain days that you do discounts? What are the days you bring out new items? This is what I do. Don't try to hide it. I resell things. I'm not going to, I'm trying to find out how you operate your business, because I'd like to come back and patronize you. And you never know what kind of thing might come out of that conversation, exactly like what happened to me. I was on my way out the door, and the lady said, and I asked her, it's like, I'm a few towns away. Do you do discounts any certain day? And she said the certain days that they did. And then it just so happened that the manager of the store walked up, and I could have been like, you know what, I'm so sorry, I'm going to hurry. I'll catch you next week. If I'd done that, I would have missed out on this entire thing, folks. So that, and then I guess the third thing, I didn't even think about this, but it pays to be willing to buy large lots. I could have just bought 5 pieces of jewelry and walked out of that place, and I never would have known had I not asked. People sometimes are not expecting it. It turned out that that woman was needing to move out of that office very soon, and she was going to have to move all that stuff, and the thought of moving all of that junk gave her like a high anxiety. So not only was I able to pay her some money, and that thrift store made more than they usually make in an entire month in one day, but I also solved a problem for her and helped her out. And not only have I made a great score here, and they got good money, it was a win-win, but also I now have started a conversation with her and may be able to do more dealings with her in the future. I told her what I do, and she's like, well, we'd love to learn how to sell things online. We'd make more money. I said, yeah, absolutely would. Maybe I could teach you. So we're going to talk more on that in the future. If things develop there, I'll definitely let you know. Anyhow, good luck, folks, on your sourcing. I hope you find some great stuff soon, or are able to better identify the stuff that you've already got. We'll see you soon.
Beep, boop, boop,
Let's go make some money. Rusty, Rusty, Rusty hair.